When you hear artificial intelligence, what pops into your head? Probably something from a sci-fi movie, right? But what if the reality is, well, a little closer to home? What if AI is your next coworker? Because in the incredibly high-stakes world of international medical insurance, that's exactly what's happening. Let's dive into how this new digital colleague is changing the entire game.
It's the big question, isn't it? Will a robot, an algorithm, be the one to approve or deny your medical treatment when you're thousands of miles from home? I know, it sounds like something straight out of a movie plot, but this is happening right now. And the real answer? Well, it's a lot more interesting than just a simple yes or no.
So you might be wondering, why this industry? What is it about international medical insurance that makes it such a perfect match for an AI upgrade? To get it, you really have to understand what an absolute beast this field is. It's like it was practically designed for AI to come in and help sort things out. I mean, just look at this web of complexity. Every single one of these points is a massive headache. You've got different laws and regulations in every country, a tangled network of hospitals and clinics all over the globe with wildly different costs. You've got high-value, life-or-death claims that might involve a medical evacuation from a remote location. It's a huge, data-rich, and incredibly expensive puzzle. And that, right there, is the perfect playground for an AI to start finding patterns and making things more efficient.
Okay, so what does this AI upgrade actually look like on the ground? Well, the change is nothing short of dramatic. We're talking about leaving behind a world buried in manual paperwork and long, agonizing waits, and stepping into an era where critical decisions get made, not in days, but in minutes.
Let's take underwriting. That's the process of figuring out how risky a new policy is. The before picture is an expert buried under a mountain of paperwork, taking days, sometimes longer, to make a call. The after picture? For most standard cases, an AI can analyze and triage an application almost instantly. But here's the key. It isn't just about speed. It's about freeing up those human experts to focus their brainpower on the really complex, high-stakes applications that need a human touch. And we're seeing the exact same revolution in the claims process. I mean, imagine submitting a simple claim for a prescription and getting the money back in your account instantly. That's a reality now. But the real game changer for insurers is fraud detection. AI tools, like the ones from Shift Technology, can spot weird patterns a human might never, ever catch, like a clinic that's consistently overbilling for a certain procedure. This doesn't just save millions, it helps keep the entire system honest. Okay, so let's get to the elephant in the room. If AI is handling all this stuff, what happens to the people? Are jobs just going to disappear? This is maybe the most important part of the whole story, and the answer is really clear. It's evolution, not replacement. The job titles might be the same, but the job itself is totally transforming. This slide just lays it out perfectly. Let the AI handle the repetitive grunt work, right? The data entry, the simple quotes, the low complexity claims. That elevates the human role. It frees us up to focus on what we humans do best, making those nuanced judgments on the really tough cases, building real relationships with clients, and this is a big one, governing the AI itself to make sure its decisions are fair, ethical, and transparent. Honestly, this quote just nails it. The machine is built to handle the predictable patterns. Humans, we're here to handle everything else. The unpredictable exceptions, the complicated ethical calls, and that critical dose of empathy you need when you're dealing with someone's health. But hang on. Putting an AI in a position to influence health decisions is an incredibly high-stakes game. You can't just plug it in, cross your fingers, and hope for the best. You absolutely have to have strict rules and guardrails in place, with a human always in the loop for those critical decisions. And these are the big, hairy challenges on the path forward. If an AI denies your claim, the insurance company has to be able to explain exactly why. They have to navigate this maze of different data privacy laws like GDPR. They have to prove that their models aren't biased and that the outcomes are fair. And they have to answer the toughest question of all. If the AI gets it wrong, who's on the hook? Who's legally responsible? These aren't just tech puzzles. They're massive ethical and governance challenges.
So, given this huge potential on one side and these serious pitfalls on the other, what does the roadmap to the future actually look like? Well, it's definitely not an AI takeover. The smart path, the one that's actually working, is a gradual, carefully managed partnership between people and machines. This roadmap is basically the playbook insurers are using right now. It's a pretty clear 5-step plan. First, you start small. Automate low-risk stuff to prove it actually works. Second, and this is a big one, you always keep a human in the loop for the important calls. Third, You have to obsess over data quality, because any AI is only as good as the data it's fed. Fourth, you build strong governance rules from day one. And finally, maybe most importantly, you reskill your people. You train them for the new, more strategic roles of tomorrow. And this brings us right back to our central theme, doesn't it? The most practical path forward isn't automation, it's augmentation. The AI becomes this incredibly powerful tool that supercharges human expertise. It lets people work faster and smarter, while they stay firmly in control of the decisions that matter most. So, in the end, the technology itself, that isn't the final hurdle. The real challenge, the thing we all have to figure out, is building trust. Trust from regulators, trust from customers, and trust from the people who are going to be working alongside these new digital colleagues every single day. The tech is here. The real question is, are we ready for it?